Hey, I'm back again, Mia from fatblackeducated.info. Today I want to discuss the content and concept behind my book, Fat Black and Educated, and which is also the title of my blog, Fat Black and Educated. Um, so I want to make this video pretty short. I don't know how short it will be because I talk a lot when I feel like it. So to get started, we're going to talk about the concept of Fat Black and Educated. So basically, Fat Black and Educated started as an inside joke between me and my mother. It's because for the last 4 years, after I graduated from undergraduate school, I could not find a job in the field that I went to school for. So a little about me. My background is in architecture, fine art, graphic design, web design. Um, I went to undergraduate school for graphic design. And this was I graduated 2012ish, and I went in later that year, going in the rest of 2012. I started my master's degree in interactive design because the two tie together as far as like the industry goes. So statistically, if you sit in a classroom and whether you're in undergraduate school or whether you're in graduate school, statistically, you will see what the real world is like. A lot of people go to college, so they don't understand that being in the classroom is what it's going to be like when you walk into an office building or a firm or an agency or whatever you're doing as far as your field is. It's going to be that plus more. So we'll say I'm in a classroom, and by the way, the year I graduated from the Art Institute, in my particular department, graphic design, I was the only black female to graduate that semester in graphic design. There were other females, but I was the only black female to graduate in that semester. In my graduate time, during the time I was in graduate school, there were three black females in my class when I first got there. And one of the females, actually, she left or dropped out, and it was then me and another black female. And we were in a classroom with predominantly white students, which is nothing wrong with that. We've had a lot of Asian students, so, people of East Indian descent and Chinese descent, Japanese descent, and it was just like, this is the real world if you look at it that way. Like, I noticed that a lot of the people who were not minority, as far as like black people in my program, we struggled a lot to prove ourselves. And I'm not trying to put anyone down or make a big deal out of it, but it's the truth. Like, I worked just as hard as anybody else in my program, and I'm still struggling to find a job. And I have the same exact degree as the people that I'm, struggling against. And these people are my friends, and it's, like I said, there's nothing against them. It's more of like what's going on in society. So, as far as the joke goes with Fat Black and Educated, my mom used to be like, "Oh, it's just because you're fat, blah, 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 and, they don't like fat people." And my part of the joke was like, "No, it's because I'm black, and, they don't like black people." And I'm like, and then, we both make the third part of the joke, "Oh, I'm overqualified and educated, blah, blah, blah." So the joke came about one night, and I'm like, "I'm going to write a book about this, Fat, Black, and Educated." Ha ha ha, it was a joke. So we wound up laughing about it, and then a few months later, I was like, you know what? I'm really going to write that book, Fat, Black, and Educated. I'm going to make it fictional. I'm not going to use real people I know, but I'm going to use real life events that could happen to any female or male in the real world that would help, them understand or feel the character in the book. My issue with Fat, Black, and Educated, like, I've had a few people who did not agree with the name of the book or the blog. I feel like it's a strong title. It's a strong title because it's a strong subject. I want to be a voice for women who are fat, black, and educated, or fat, white, and educated, or just fat and educated in general, because it can be for men as well. But it's like people have this stigma that fat people aren't good enough, or we're not, or they associate being pretty with being thin, or healthy with being thin, and that's just not the case. But that's a whole different topic. But basically, with the book, is like I just want to get across a message that no matter what you look like, if you're talented, if you have work ethic, if you are an ethical person in general, if you're just a caring, kind person, you can do anything in life, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like, there's nothing wrong. I mean, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with being fat, because it's not technically healthy, because it can cause things later on down the line. But if you take care of yourself as far as like eating right and working out and making sure everything is intact, like while you can do that. It's always room for progress. But basically, yeah, that was the point of me writing Fat, Black, and Educated. To get into the content of Fat, Black, and Educated, once again, it's a fictional short story about a young woman who has been out of college for a couple of months, and she's looking for a job in her field. She had an internship with her school, and it was supposed to be she would be guaranteed a job, pretty much. She would be guaranteed a job with this place, and that she it was like her dream job for her, and she always wanted to work there, and she had been preparing for it for years, making her portfolio. The night of her interview, she would, anytime she had an interview, she would just get like all out. Like, I'm gonna wear the perfect outfit. I will do my hair the perfect way, wear the best shoes, all of this stuff. And she would get hung up because like she wasn't fitting for the particular place that she was trying to go for. There are a lot of funny moments in here, and there are a lot of like real like, I'm just gonna say like sad. I'm not sad like death or anything, but like real moments where like you can relate to the character. I've received so many great feedbacks from people who have read it so far, and they really enjoyed the book. They really related to the character, and I always believe that's the point of writing a book and a character who is as strong as the character in this book. So, a little synopsis, and I don't know if you can see the cover. I designed the cover and everything, and that cover, my picture on it. But the synopsis: Jordan Blake plays by her own rules. She makes her own space in a world in which she doesn't quite fit in. Jordan is beautiful, educated, and funny, and is also full-figured. She is on her way to fulfilling her lifelong dream of becoming a marketing agent. She is consistently getting callbacks from jobs, but can never seem to hook them. Along with her job search, she struggles to find love. Things seem to start to turn around when she starts to fall in love with one of her flings. With the help of her two best friends and her educated background, Jordan finds ways to get around whatever is thrown at her. So that's basically the synopsis of the book. I can't give too much away. I mean, the story is a short story, so it's like, you can't talk about so much that happens in the book. But the underline of it is a love story. It is an empowerment story for people, because I've actually had a person tell me they cried after they read the book, and they felt Jordan was their friend, and they felt like, this could be them, and I made them believe that they could, be like this, and I'm really grateful that they felt that way, and I'm grateful that I could do that. But to make this video a little bit shorter, because it's almost a 10-minute video again, if you would like to purchase your copy of Fat, Black, and Educated, the link is below. And also, I want to give a shout out to Live Rebel. I'll put the link in below. This is like my hoodie from one of my good friends. And you can also find the book on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and it's also on CreateSpace, which you can get a paperback copy like this, or an ebook copy. So, with all of this being said, thank you for tuning in again, and hope to see you next time.